Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Beth. For all of y'all that have never been here before, welcome to everyone. I'm glad that you're here. Today we're going to do a fast cure 4-hour resin by Bond Craftor. Bond Craftor has been very generous, and I have reviewed several of their products. This one I'm excited about. 4 hours. What I'm looking for in this one is to see if I can put it in the curing machine and it cures faster without flash curing. If it does not have a bunch of bubbles. If a resin has a bunch of bubbles and it's hard to get rid of, I just don't want to mess with it. 4-hour fast cure resin is really, you can't put it in the debubbler. It brings some bubbles up and then you got a massive amount and it gets gooey, and I'm not sure about this, and I'm not going to try it tonight because I want this to go smooth, just smooth like butter. Although we all know that that's not reality sometimes in the resin world. But I'm also going to be using some new molds. It is getting close to the Halloween season. And I did a 4-hour video that y'all will never see. I did that. It should have come out yesterday. For the first time ever, I chose not to put it up. I was cleaning a whole lot in it. I was using the Promise 1-hour fast cure, which I'm telling you, I do not think I like at all. I will give it a one more chance. And I did show you a haul video, but it wasn't a good video. And I'm the one that made it, and I'm telling you it wasn't a good video. And it's the first one that I ever decided not to put up. But there really wasn't anything in there that I thought that you really needed to see that you haven't seen on my channel before. And so therefore I chose not to put it up. I don't mind having a 4-hour video if it's jammed packed filled with a bunch of stuff and I'm pouring and I'm doing a bunch of different things, but that wasn't the case yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. It was Wednesday night when I did it, and it should have come out on Thursday. Yeah. And yesterday I just didn't do anything. I just didn't. So this is Saturday, and I'm down here, and I'm talking boo, 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 90 to nothing. But I just wanted to come on and say, hi, I'm going to flip this around. I do have a lot of things I want to show you. I do want to show you what I got from Amazon, since you didn't get to see it. I do have a haul from Salvation Army. And I do have stuff from the Dollar Tree. But I think on this video, it's going to be a simple video. It's going to be me trying out the Bond Craftor Fast Cure Epoxy Resin. I keep looking down because I'm looking at the box. And I'll go through all that and show you everything that we got. And I'm going to turn this around and we're going to get started. Okay. And what we're going to be doing... This is what I created in the video that you'll never see. Now this is supposed to be this is supposed to be a coaster. Well, this I had to really play with because the first half of it, the black half, this part was gorgeous. I used the new 10-minute cure. I love that stuff, and I used that. But then I wanted to put a layer of the new Promise 1-hour cure, and oh, the bubbles, and it was gunky. And of course, you know I don't like throwing anything away, so I kept playing with it, and I finally got it done. Well, of course you can't use this as a resin, and you see I have to clean up the glue area. But I used one of the labels. Yeah. Look at that gunk of glue. And I used E6000 is what this is, and I got too much, and I need to get a knife and get it off of there. and then I'll clean it up and put a little bit more gold and stuff. And that's another new mold, and that's UV resin, and I love that UV lamp. I love it because I filled that entirely up with the Let's Resin black UV resin. 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes, and that little spear, hard as a rock, cured totally. But the reason why I did this is you see that it's sort of off-centered. You know, the heavy part's over here, but it stands up. Can you see that? It stands up, y'all, on its own. But I wanted to make sure that there was a little bit more weight over there, so I just made a ball and put it there. And I like the fact that you can use it on either side. And it looks like it shouldn't stand up, but it does. And I used the IOD, I think it's the IOD, or was it the Prima? Yeah, it's the IOD mold, the conservatory labels, as a stand. And I want to show you too. And we'll get to this real quick. Yeah, I wanted to show you too that I was going to use this, but I used it on this. But I want you to see how you can use that stand on this too, and make that stand up a picture. So these labels are not only just for labels, they could be used for stands too, and I really like this. And I've had several people that know me that have seen this ask me if I would make one. And so I'm going to, and then I'm going to make a couple and put them in my Etsy store and see how they're just really unique looking. And they're odd, and you think, oh, that's not going to stand up, but it does. I think the next time I'm going to put a magnet weight in there to add a little bit more weight to the top. And there's so many other things you can do. You could fill that up with resin and put black in there. You could fill that, you know, there's just so many things you can do. So even though it's a coaster mold set, and it comes with 4 of these and the coaster holder, doesn't mean you have to use it for that. You know, I always think outside the box. And this time I was going to make it a coaster, and it just wouldn't work. So I turned it into something else, which now I'm doing intentionally. Okay. I want to tell you the story behind this. What I did is I brushed this one down with the Let's Resin black chrome powder, which is in their new 10 chrome powder set. It's the black. And then this one I left alone. This paper, this stuff, I've had for probably a year. I got it off of Temu. And I just tried to cut it down as good as I could. I had the paper, and I turned the mold. Let me show you. Okay. I had the paper up underneath, and you can see through. So instead of going on the outside or tracing it, I actually went on that part of it, and I cut around, trying to get as close to that edge, which I knew was the true edge. And that's how I got it to fit. Does it fit perfectly? No, it's wonky, but I don't care. And then we're going to pour a couple more of this label. And we're going to do it with the 10-minute cure. There's no reason why not. I'm going to be pouring quite a few of those for different things. And I'll just go ahead and do it all. And I do want them in black. And the black Alumilite color works really well with this 10-minute cure polyurethane because it's also Alumilite. And y'all remember, I switched from the Let's Resin 10-minute to the Alumilite amazing casting resin. Okay, let's get started. This is, let me get it down there, that way you can see it all. This is the Bond Craftor Fast Cure Epoxy Resin. It is mix ratio A and B 1:1, which means the same amount of A to the same amount of B. 4-hour demolding and 8 to 10 hour for full cure. Well, we're going to be using the Resinier's new G3 curing machine. I want to see. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just pouring resin into these. Clear resin. It's just going to be clear. And we're going to do that because I want to see because if I can take a long curing resin and get it for 2 hours in here, why would I bother with a 4-hour? Now, some people who didn't have a curing machine, they would want the 4-hour, okay? But me personally, I want to see if I can cure this faster in the G3 Resinier curing machine. Okay. Oh. I bought that at Harbor Freight so I could, and this is perfectly level over here, y'all. That's what I was doing. I wanted to make sure it was level. And I am going to pour it right on here. Okay. This is wanting to pop up. So we'll get started with this. And I will show you what we get in this. Let me make sure my lamp is all straight. And it is. Okay. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 mixing glasses. We get popsicle sticks. Let me get them out. Oh, I like these. I don't know how many of those we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like a bunch. Let me just take it all out. It's easier for me to do that. Popsicle sticks, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 popsicle sticks. And I'm going to just put them up as I get it up. And then you get some pipettes. 2. I know they're called pipettes, but I call them pipettes. Okay. And let's just get all this out. And I'm going to toss the box because we don't really need the box anymore, I don't think. There's a contact number, which is good. Yes, respiratory protection. It tells you right on the box to wear your gloves, your eye protection. It tells you all that. It also says it's crystal clear, high gloss, low odor, self-leveling, self-defoaming, which means self-gassing, and yellow resistant, which means there's a resistance to UV rays that might cause it to yellow or fade. Okay. We're getting rid of the box because we don't need any boxes around here. You get the A, and this is a 32 ounce, so it's 64 total ounce because it's 32 ounces of A and 32 ounces of B. And I do like the fact that these are all covered and sealed so they can't leak all over the place. Kudos, Bond Craftor. That is awesome. Because I don't know how many packages I've got where resin was just seeping everywhere. And it ruins everything in the box because the resin's all over it. It makes you think twice about buying it again. Okay. And then you have a manual, which every resin should come with a manual. You know what I'm referring to, don't you? And let's see. I'm looking to see. It says exceptionally transparent when cured. It forms a mirror gloss surface requiring no polishing. This is all. Mix smoothly, thoroughly, and consistently in clockwise directions for at least 3 minutes with wooden or plastic sticks. You may see streaks, bubbles, and cloudiness when mixing. It's a normal part of the chemical reaction, and your resin will become clear as it cures. There's no way I'm going to pour cloudy resin. So, I don't know. This might be fun. Everybody knows I give an honest review. I really thoroughly enjoy Bond Craftor, and I've not gotten a bad product, so I don't think that this is going to be either. But Fast Cure Resins, sometimes I've only found one Fast Cure Resin I like. I won't say the name on tonight's video, but I've tried 7 different Fast Cure Resins, and there's only one so far that has made the grade for me anyway. Okay, and you also get mica powders. I'm real funny about mica powders. I like the true black. That's pitch black. White, I don't really see a purpose for white mica powders. I mean, every once in a while. I used it on the Santa Claus, but it didn't really cover it good. You've got the basic colors. The yellow, the blue, the green, the pink, the red, and the purple. This should be a good beginner's kit right here. So you get it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yes, you can mix. You can mix the white and the black and get gray. You can mix the green and the yellow to get more of a yellow green or a green yellow. You can mix red and purple to get a different color. I mean red and blue to get a different color purple. You could mix the pink and the purple. You can mix the pink and the red. You could do, I don't know if that would work. I wonder if it would work. I don't think you get a brown with that. And you can put a little bit of black in with all of these to make them a little bit darker. The key to that, though, is making sure they're grounded in together and mixed together. Not just mixed up, because you're not going to get a different color that way. They have to be ground in together. And I showed you how I made the skin tone on the other video. The Santa Claus video. If you want to know how you can make different colors with mica powders, you can go back and watch the one where I did the IOD Santa Claus. That's where I showed you how to do the skin color. Okay. So, let's just get started. Now, I'm not going to use these gloves. I did go by Harbor Freight today. I did get my 9mm gloves. I thought I had them out here. I know I did. I've got a pair of gloves laying around somewhere. These are my Harbor Freight 9mm gloves, and I know you can't tell the difference on camera, but boy, if you felt of them, you could tell. The ones I have been using have been 6 to 7 that I get off of Amazon. I get the size medium, and they're still a little bit long in the fingertip, but they fit me good through here. And so that allows me to still hold on and grasp stuff. Now, I also bought the 5mm blue from Harbor Freight, like if I'm going to paint or do any of that. And it doesn't have to be that protected. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. I am going to, one of the things I wanted to point out. This set came in a Let's Resin package. I'm not sure that's a Let's Resin mold. This package was taped up weird. I got it off Amazon. You see how that's taped up weird? Now, it was not open. And that's the bottom set. But there is nowhere on here that tells you how much any of this takes. And Let's Resin, I thought every one of their molds had that. And the fact that it was in a Let's Resin bag, that the bag was taped up, I don't know, it's weird. If y'all know if this is Let's Resin mold and for some reason this mold just didn't have the measurements, let me know. Because it advertises the Let's Resin mold. But it just didn't. If it wasn't in a Let's Resin bag, I wouldn't think it was Let's Resin mold. Okay. I gotta get my respirator. I'm going to get this on. And one thing I have noticed, when I have this on, I am not that clear. You can hear me if you turn it up, but if you turn the captions on, when you can't hear me, you can see it. And it's fairly accurate. Now, sometimes the words are weird, but you can still get the gist of what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, nope. I just had a thought going through my mind. I gotta check it, make sure that I'm not gonna sit there and worry about something when I don't have to. Okay. It takes a little bit to get used to these. And when I first put it on, it's like, whoa, okay. I don't like this. But after you have it on for a while, it really doesn't bother me as much. Okay. And I have no idea how much to make. Yeah, I got my bottle mold down in case I make too much. Okay, that is thick, thick, thick. Okay. I'm just putting the resin off. Okay, and I'm going to use one of these. Now this is thick. I don't know. Oh, I'm worried about this. I want my resin thin. But we'll see. I am worried that if I put this in the curing machine, it's not going to have time to degas. And the bubbles are going to stay in it. Minutes. I'm not putting it in the mixing. I'm bringing this up so you can see. Oh no, I'm spilling it. I'm scraping the sides. See all those bubbles? I can't see this degassing, but we gotta try it. And if you can't use it clear, now I probably could have used, colorant or mica, and it wouldn't have been an issue, just like the promise. But if you cannot use a resin clear, then there's no point.
But no, their epoxy resin is really, really good. So maybe it does self-gas, okay? I don't see any streaks left in it. Okay, we are going to pour this. I'm just going to pour a thin layer. And I'm going to use the heat gun. Okay. And once again, I'm going to, but this time low. trying to get the same amount of resin in each. Okay, now I'm going to look and see. Is it already burned out? I just bought this. I'm looking for bubbles. But you know, quite honestly, I'm sort of surprised. Okay, well, we're gonna try it, y'all. I want to see what happens. So I'm going to move this over here. We had just enough. And I will come back when it is cured. Okay, I came back because I forgot to mention that the kit also came with epoxy resin colorant in 5 different colors. And so I made another batch up. I got 5 bottles out here. And so I thought I'd do all 5 colorants. Nope. Okay, and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like my colors dark. Okay, and that was the blue. And this is the red. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the yellow. Do you have a green? No. Okay, so I'm going to put blue and yellow together because I want a green. Y'all know what black and white looks like, right? So I put 4 yellow. And 2 green, 2 blue. Okay. And I'd really like a purple. So I'm also going to do the red and the blue. Okay, and we'll try the black, because I would like to see. I'm going to put 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we have blue here. That is a pretty blue, but look at all those bubbles. Okay. I am doing this to get the bubbles to come up, but I am also going to heat it a little bit. Lots and lots of bubbles. I'm not going to put this in the curing machine. I'm going to set that over here. And I'm going to let these cure on their own. Okay. And let's mix the grain. This was blue and yellow that I mixed together because I wanted grain. And this is to let you know that you don't have, you can mix your own colors, y'all. These are very transparent. No, it's supposed to come with micas. What did I do with the mica powders? Oh goodness, I've lost the mica powders. Don't check in the box, y'all. But I know the box is empty. Yep, the box is empty. Oh, here they are. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of grain, mica in with the grain. Just a little bit. Just that much. Oh, now that's a pretty grain. I'm going to let these cure on their own because I want to see the difference between I'm going to do this. gonna squeeze them. To make sure. I am going to take and heat it up just a little bit. So I can see bubbles. Okay. And let's try the red. And it's going to be almost a pink if I leave it that way. So we're going to add, did I have red in here? We're going to add some red mica. Yep. Same thing. Not a whole lot, but that much. Oh, now that's a pretty red right there. Okay, I'm going to use the one that's the heart. And again, I'm going to squeeze it really good to make sure there is no air, because this is really thick resin. I'm also going to heat it just a little bit. I'm going to finish pouring it. Oh, almost dropped it, but I didn't. Woohoo! Okay. Now we've got two left. And one is going to be blue. No, this is supposed to be purple. Now I'm funny about my purples. I want a vibrant purple. Oh, I like this purple. See how deep that is? Now, I don't know if it's going to be that deep in the bottle though. I don't think it's going to be. So I'm going to add a little bit of mica. And I'm not going to add purple. I'm going to add a little bit of red and a little bit of blue. A little bit of red. and a little bit of blue. Now I can do this with the micas because there's already a base. If you're doing it to use right directly on the mold, you have to blend them, which means you have to grind them. If you've already got a base like resin, then you can put them in together. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous purple. And that's Craft Bonders mixing their blue and red. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Okay. Let's use this. Once again, I'm going to squeeze it, because see, it wasn't all the way down. And you want to squeeze it and make sure it is getting all the way down. And there's no bubbles being caught down there. And I'm going to warm this up a little bit too. Going over here. I'll set these over here actually. So they're safe. I know you can't see, I'm just moving them. So they're safe. Okay. And then we have one more left, which is, it's just the black. Let's just, oh wow. Boy, that's some black though. Wow, I expected it to be translucent. But that is not translucent. Oh wow. I did put 7 drops in here, but still. I don't need mica in this, so. I am going to squeeze it again. It's real important to make sure that your pieces don't have any air gaps. That's the one that's been sitting the longest, and that's the one that looks like it's the most debubbled too. This looks like it's going to be degassing itself really well. I'm afraid the other one, the other two that I put in the cure machine, I'm afraid that they're not going to have time to degas on their own. Okay, we're going to put that over here. Okay, and we still have some left. So, we are going to go ahead and do the lids. I was just going to do clear ones with UV resin, but I've got color left, so we might as well just do this. And the same thing with these especially. It has to get down. Yeah, you see how much it went way down. Okay. The same thing with this. It's got to get down, all the way down. And you can see when it's going down. I don't have near enough. You can see those air bubbles. Look at the air bubbles in there. Well, this one's having to. Okay. And let's do the red one. Okay, somebody's downstairs, so I hear the dog. Buster Boo, who let you down here? Is it storming again? Are you wigging out? Yep, it's storming. It's thundering. He's wigging. No, I'm wigging because I don't know where my phone is. Okay. Okay, we need the purple. I love this bottle set. Okay. And then one more. The blue, no? Yeah, the blue. This is the only one we did not put the mica in. Look at the bubble. Can y'all see those? I don't know if that's coming through the camera or not. Making sure that there is no, and there is not. So I'm a little tiny drop. Okay. And we still have a little bit, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze some alcohol in here. Okay. We're going to pour it all in this bottle. I'm going to do purple. A bit of red. With the green. Some of the black. some of the blue. Cover all the blue. Okay. And then the rest of the purple. Or maybe not. Okay. And then the red. And then the black. I have no idea, y'all. I'm just getting rid of all my resin. And I'm going to need a top, so let's do a purple top. Maybe. This is awfully thick, so I don't know if it's going to go down in there the way that it needs to. I'm going to try to manipulate it to go down. Okay. This is getting thick. Yeah, that's, yeah. Okay. Good enough. That way we can see a little bit of the mica. We can see all of the pigment color. I don't want this getting over. I'm putting it on my table that does not have any protective Okay. We got another 2 hours. Okay. I'm going to clean this up, and then I'll come back and we'll go ahead and pour some of those labels because I'm going to need them for the skulls. Okay, we are back. I've got this ready to go. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Okay. And then I've got some, I don't know if this is airbait. I'll look in just a minute. The yellow part is B, so this is A right here. The A is a little bit thicker than the B. Just making sure that, yep, spot on. Okay. I'm going to mix the B in. I'm looking for a little bit popsicle stick. Okay. And I did use Alumilite black pigment. And I just stuck this pink stick down in the bottle, brought it up, and that's the amount that I used. It wasn't much. Pour the B into there. And that's almost like water. And then I'll mix it. And try and get all the black. I'm waiting for it to get warm. And I'm paranoid now. Okay, it's getting warm. I definitely want this one. Let me get them all. With this. Maybe I can get these. I don't have enough for another one. Let me get the skeleton head out. Let's see if I have enough. Oh, I don't even have enough for the skeleton head. I do not believe. try this. It's not gotten too thick. No, I'd have to take too much out. Okay. We'll just wait. I'm going to make more anyway, so. I gotta make sure that they're even. Need just a little bit of. Yep, good to go. This is what I do. Get one of these sticks. I scrape off one side. And then I mix it real good before I put part B with it. And I do scrape my stick off. Make sure that I'm getting most of the color off of there. Okay. And then we're going to stir. And I'm going to scrape the sides. Making sure that we get all the color mixed in. I'm actually stirring until I feel it getting warm. And it's getting warm. So I don't think I'm going to have enough to do this, but maybe. Okay. Let's see. Just enough to do that. So just a little bit. Well, we might as well go ahead and do everything that I've got left. Let's see if it's... Right, I need a squirt more. Oh, now I need just a little squirt of the, half a squirt. Let's see. Good. Okay. It's already starting to cure, so. That's not going to work. Okay. That's fine. I was just getting another. I didn't waste much. Yeah, the other had already started getting hard. Good. Okay. Yeah, I just thought about something. But I don't know where it is, so I'm not going to take the time. I was looking for the gold. I think I'm going to do this gold and see. We can try a different color. I don't even know if gold will work in this. But we're fixing to find out. I'm going to put just a touch. Okay. So I'm scraping off the sides, so this is just a touch. I don't think it did anything. Alrighty, let's try it. And what's the worst thing that can happen? Just doesn't work, right? But if you don't try, you don't know. I got way more than I need. So, now let's get a fish. Okay, it's getting warm, so I'm going to pour. Oh wow, that's wow. It's moving. It is actually moving. A gold turtle, huh? Well, that's going to be... Oh, it's getting hot. If I don't get something in it, it's just going to harden. I'm looking for... Oh, no! Well, that's what used to happen. And it got hard on me. Yep, it's hard. Okay, well, we know it's going to be hard. And I'm just going to leave that so I can scrape it off. And I'll be back when it's ready to come out of the mold.
Okay, we are back. And I'm going to go ahead and demold these, and we're going to go ahead and put the rub and buff on them. The things in the curing machine only has 19 minutes left. These are wonderful. I'm happy with the black. It just saves me a step because I don't have to paint them black. And it's still a little bendable, and that's okay. Actually, if I was going to put this around something, this would be perfect because I could form it around an item. And I did get that gold little drop off of there. This is the one that I want. Yep. I really want to pour 2 of those. Let's see what the gold looks like. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, that's with mica and just a little bit of the black. Okay, that's sort of cool. I don't have to do too much with that then. Oh, I like that a lot. See how nice and clean that mold is? How easy that came out? Oh, and I have to tell you, one of the things I'm thinking about, and y'all really need to tell me whether or not you're interested in this. I am thinking about, I have so many molds. I'm thinking about, on like a mold set, like, you know, all the labels. Selling them unpainted, just like this, in a set for $10, plus whatever the cost of shipping is, which it should be under 6 ounces, so it shouldn't be much, depending on where you are. If that is something you're interested in, let me know. No, it will not be specific customized. I want 5 of one label. It would be the whole mold set. And $10 is actually a fair price for the cost of the materials and the cost of the mold. And if you're not interested, that's fine. This is just something I was thinking about doing. And I got something all over that already. What is that? I don't know. But it's good. It looks wet. Oh, I've got something on my... Okay. So in the comments, or if you don't normally leave comments, it makes you feel uncomfortable or something, because, you know, some people are uncomfortable. You can always send me an email. Okay. Let's get going. Now, I may want the brighter, oh, I think this is the brighter gold. Yeah, this is the brighter gold. Oh, yeah, this is lovely right here. That's all it's going to take. Yes, indeedy. Yep, I wanted that filled in with gold, so that's what I did. You can put as little or as much as you want, but that is it. And look how fast and simple that is. Let me get the edges. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of the labels like that with the mica and just a touch of the black pigment, because it's done. It's ready to go. And look at the back. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Okay, now I do want this in gold. I actually need 2 of them, but I'm not going to pour both of them. I just want to show you that in the middle doesn't really need. But I'll go ahead and put it on there. Now I'm not putting these together because I have ordered the super glue with the spray activator to put the skulls on, so y'all won't see me put these together tonight. But you know what they look like because I've got one all ready together. You just glue it, your choice of glue. Now I used E6000, but I had to tie it and prop it up to keep it until it dried. Now this other, the super glue with the spray activator, that's supposed to be almost instant. And so these are still a little bit bendy, but I'm okay with that too. And I want more of the black showing this time. And I am going to go get some of the gold leaf to do some of these in the different gold to show you the difference. And you can use a brush too. But you can see how easy it is. And you can have as little or as much. And I sort of like more on mine. Let me go get the, this is the antique gold. Let me go get the gold leaf to show the difference. I also have silver. I'll show you a silver one, I guess, but I don't really like the silver as well. Oh, but I did that one that I really liked in silver. I'd forgotten about that. Okay. Now this is the gold leaf. Let me try. Let me try it. Is that coming out? There it comes. Okay. Now if you didn't want as much black showing through, you could get a brush and make it almost all. There's not much difference, but there is a tone difference. I enjoy doing this. I do so much. I know that's silly, huh? There's really not much to it, but I love seeing it come to life, I guess. And it really does when you put that rub and buff on there. Okay, let's do a silver. Let me try to get some of this off my gloves because I don't really want to change gloves. So let me just get this off enough so I feel like I'm not getting it everywhere. And we'll switch over to silver. Woo! Oh my. Okay. Well, that's never happened before. Here we go. I was doing so good. Okay. I'm going to put the cap on and I'm going to squeeze it. Be careful. At least you learned the lesson. When you've got one that's real thin or real new, sort of mix it in the bottle. And see how I'm going to get that liquid out of there. I don't want that in there. Okay, let's try. Let's try this. Boy, that didn't take much. One squirt and ba-boom, ba-boom. That's the silver. Let's do one more. I gotta get that off of there. Okay, good. That came off. They're still a little bendy. Which one? I'll do this silver. I like that. Okay. Now let's just stick with the silver. It is so fast. Pretty much one swipe will do ya. But I want a little bit more, but yeah, that would have been enough. We can leave it that way. That's a little bit less, but that works. Okay. So, one more. Oh, we can do a green one like we did before. Maybe. I'm still watching Gilmore Girls at night. Yep, that's what I do to wind down. Everybody's sleeping, the house is quiet, and I turn the TV on and Netflix and I watch Gilmore Girls. I'm hoping when I go to Connecticut, I don't think I'm going to make it in October. I still haven't given up, but it doesn't look like I'm going to make it. But I would love to go to some of the towns that they say. It was actually made toward, and they're still there. I think Milford, Connecticut is one of them. I don't remember what the other ones were. And of course, I have wanted to go to Harvard. Of course, you can't go everywhere, but you can go in the library. The history there, it would just blow me away, and I know it would. We have 4 minutes. So I'm going to wait. And we're going to check. And I'm just over here. Oh, we can take these out, I guess. Well, I could have used rub and buff on that, but I probably have enough left on my hands to still do rub and buff on the skeleton. Let's see. Let's see if I don't have enough. Nope. I don't think. Oh! Maybe. Is that making a difference? Yeah, it is a little bit. Not much. But oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. I'm sitting here trying to get it up off the... Oh yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. And then the gold fish. That would be really pretty with, that's the first one that had overpour on it. Did y'all notice that the whole night? I noticed it. It was like, woohoo! In my head, I was going, woohoo! Okay. I am going to do just a little bit. I've tried not to do any cleaning, y'all. I'm trying to get better with that, because I am OCD about my cleaning, and I know it. And so I'm trying not to just spend all the time on there. Okay, 1 minute. Boo 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 boo. You want me to sing you a song? No, you don't. I am not a singer. I know there's a cool down, but okay. The bottles over here are still ooshy gooshy. Ooshy gooshy. After 2 hours. It's down the cool down. Should I take it? I'll be back in 20 minutes. Alrighty, we are back. I've got them out. With this one, we can use the front. Oh, this is overpoured really bad. Let's see if we can get this off. The other's not overpoured on. Okay. We can use either side because it's clear. Now I did clear basically just to see, because this is a 4-hour cure. Now I did put this in the machine. And it's a little bendy, but this is 2 hours. Now there's a big bubble right there, but that is probably user error, me not getting And this is not cured enough for me to, yeah, no. I'm going to wait and I can get that off. Now you can use it either that way. I'm going to use it this way. And now that bubble, there are bubbles. But not nearly as many bubbles as I thought there was going to be while mixing that up. So it degasses tremendously. And I'm doing this so you can see. Let me bring it up because I want you to be able to see all the bubbles. Now this is a 4-hour, and of course you saw the amount of bubbles when I was pouring it. That is probably, that big bubble is my fault. I should have popped it. These big bubbles, I should have gone in and popped those. Those are not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, there's little bubbles here. Now this is clear. I mean, this is crystal clear. So you're going to see every bubble. You don't see the bubbles on this side as much because the color. It sort of just blends in a little bit more with the color. And I have to say, I really have to say, as much as I thought I was going to not like this, because after mixing it up, it felt like goop. It did. I'm actually very impressed with the results. Let me see if I've got something black right here. That way you can see all the bubbles. And they may not even have been there if I had not have put them in the 2-hour curing machine, y'all. If I had have let it set for the 4 hours and let it self degas for the 4 hours, there may not have been any bubbles in there. This is me putting it straight into the curing machine. And I don't know, I sort of like that side. But the way that I do it is you can put it on either side. And I think I'm going to use this one this time. And that one. And the reason why, let's see if I can get away with using, because I want to be able to put this picture like that, because that's amazing looking right there, and it would be a stand-up picture. So let's see if I can't, and I'm not going to put these on right now because I want to wait until the but maybe that one. Yeah, maybe that one. Will it fit there? No, that looks weird there. Okay, let's take this one out. Now this is the one that I use, the mica, the Let's Resin mica powder. The one that comes in the new 10 chrome powder kit from Let's Resin. Of course, I buy everything from Let's Resin. They have yet in 2 years ever sent me one thing, and that's okay. I'm not complaining. Now that is the back side, which actually you can actually use. I don't know if you, it actually looks so cool in the light. Wait a minute, let me see if I can get, see what it looks like with the light? That actually looks really cool. So even with this one, it's a two-sided different, look at that. That's my hand, so you can't really. So you could use it both sides. which I actually love that it's like that. And I think, I almost want to go with the silver, but that doesn't look right with the gold. Okay, I'm going to have to make another one with the silver, because that looks really cool. And yes, I know I'm too close up. Okay. I think I'll use this one. Yeah. And you don't really need the black behind that to see, because you've got the black. I'm happy with both of those, actually. Because they're not going to be the normal. They're going to be like this. And I will be doing the little spears in UV. I need to really clean that up. This is the reason why I ordered the super glue. You see all the glue? I don't want that. I don't want to have to deal with it. I can clean it up, and I can make it so where you won't see any of that. But I don't want to have to spend that much time on there. So I got the other. And I think the... Ooh, wait a minute. I just thought of something. Uh-huh. What do you think with the skull? Oh, yeah. Okay. And if I did the... If I did the edge... No, that really needs to be gold, doesn't it? Unless maybe if I did the edge in silver. But if I did that, then you can't. So the skeleton head needs to go straight like that. That way it can go either way. And if that had been solid black, that would have worked. So I don't know. I think the skeleton head would look cool. So you have options. So I'm using the labels from the conservatory label mold. And now I think I'm going to use the skeleton heads, which, goodness, I got those from Temu. I don't know how long ago. But Amazon does have them. And then, of course, this little thing. This mold I've had forever and a day, too. I've got 3 of them. And I'm not going to wait for the bottles. I'm going to say thank you to our video. And none of that's cleaning. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to tell you thank you for watching my video. I do appreciate each and every one of you. The haul video from Salvation Army and what I got at the Dollar Tree will be my next video. I want to say a big thank you to Bond Craftor for sending me the Hour Cure Resin. I did as much of an honest review as possible. I did clear. I wanted to know. I did it with mica. I actually even put it in the curing machine. I went against all odds. And I do that. I want to see. And Bond Craftor did good in my eyes. And we will see the bottles and see how they come out. I'll show you the bottles at the beginning of my next video, which will be the haul video. And that way you can see those. But A+ for the Bond Craftor 4-Hour Cure Resin. I'm impressed. So thank you very much for sending that to me. And always, I'm going to ask you to hit the like, thumbs up button. That button. And also the hype button. And thank you so much for all of y'all that are doing that. Some of you are putting in the comments that you hyped, and I do appreciate that, because that does help. And I knew my last video was not going to get very many views because it shows reality, and it's long, and it's messy, and it's sloppy, and it shows what can happen. But it's real, especially in the resin world. Resin's so unpredictable, y'all. It happens. It's not all that neat, pretty. My video tonight was the best video as far as making messes that I've done in a long, long time. But let me tell you, I had to focus myself. I mean, really focus myself. Not really talk much, just concentrate on what I was doing, making sure, and you know, it sort of took the fun out of it. And I'm just being real. But I can do videos like that. It's just not really me. So, let me know what you thought. I know. The cleaning I understand, and I will try to do better on that. But again, thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And share. Sharing is a great way to help support the channel. And if you haven't watched the last video, please go and do so. YouTube stops sharing your video with anybody if you've got a video that has really low likes and watches and views. And then it takes so many videos before it gets back up. And the notification bell's not working for a lot of people. I've had people say, Beth, did you stop doing videos for a month? They haven't got a notification. It's like, no. In fact, I'm doing more videos. And so you may want to re-hit that notification bell. It may not be working for you. Tomorrow I have the grandbabies. It's Saturday, and so I won't be doing a video tomorrow. I'm going to take a day off. I may take Sunday off, y'all. But I will try to have a video up and ready for you on Monday. And that will be the haul video. Alrighty. Thank you again so much. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.